I've heard people say, yeah, I grew up wanting to be a cop. Ain't never going to happen. One cop really is not going to have an impact. But it brings me back to the Mob James situation, because what I blame the most is the FBI infiltrating our communities and using black agents. And when I looked at the whole case, I noticed that Wade Lee, the black FBI agent, and the FBI they hire black people so that they can infiltrate black communities.
Yeah, I just want to add in my 2 cents to this last video that Alex Alonso did. If you heard of the movie Donnie Brasco, then you know the story. There was an FBI agent who infiltrated the Bonanno family, and he actually got to the point where he was about to become a made man of the family when his FBI superiors pulled him out. This is Donnie Brasco. He's really an Italian. Now, in 1985, the Mafia suffered a historic blow, meaning the RICO Act was finally used in its most effective way in history. It decimated the entire structure of the Italian. And guess who led that operation? Rudy Giuliani, Italian. So, yeah, and let's talk about Linda Vecchio. Linda Vecchio is an Italian, and he was the hand of Greg Scarpa. Linda Vecchio actually got charged with murder because he got so close to Greg Scarpa, to the point where other agents reported that they overheard him saying to Greg Scarpa, I'm going to give you all the information that you need to win this war. Because there was an internal war within the Colombo family in the 90s. Greg Scarpa was an FBI agent from 1961 to 1991. And Linda Vecchio became his handler in about 1980. So he was with him for about 11 years. And Linda Vecchio is an Italian. So you can't say that the FBI is doing something different when they send black agents into a black neighborhood. You know, when the FBI and the state of New York was going after the Italian Mafia, the majority of the agents who were actually bugging the cars, building the cases, the detectives, the prosecutors were Italian. The FBI handlers of the confidential informants, like Greg Scarpa, were Italian. And that's just how the FBI has worked historically. Most of the people who they send in doing undercover missions, to become, to fraternize with the Mafia and become friends with them so that they can gather info are Italian, just like Donnie Brasco. And it's just what they do. It's a tactic. Of course, if you're dealing with the Italian Mafia, they don't allow anybody to join their organization unless you're Italian. So, of course, the FBI is going to send their Italian manpower in there to handle those investigations. And it's the same thing with the black community. So, yeah, Mob James actually was handled by a black agent, and I think that's typical of how the FBI operates. I don't think that's just how they operate with the black community. I think they operate like that with any community. The FBI has a very diverse staff, and if they're dealing with an Asian gang, they're going to send an Asian agent. That's just how it is. But peace to Alex got his podcast with FG on StreetTV. Peace.